They're live.
Good evening and welcome back to the second annual NYCLOL 5v5 tournament. My name is Achilleos, this time actually being joined by both Fonz and Bird for a triple cast bonanza.
I'm super excited! Get the hype train going!
So this will be interesting. So we are actually diving into the second match in a best of 3 series. This is the last semi-final match between Team On a Diet and Team Chub, who we saw earlier today. Chub won their first match. They're now 1-0, and they need just one more win, take the series, and move on to the finals versus Arlen.
Very excited matchup today. We are really excited to see these pick and bans finally for this team.
Yeah,
because we missed the last couple of pick and bans for the first couple of streams.
Yeah, so are in, and as we can see, Naira being taken away first.
Sorry, being an interesting pick that was picked up by Risa in the first matchup that we saw in the first game. So Zyra, not a really popular pick, but yeah, we saw Risa play it. She did really well with it, so out there.
Oh, Rumble ban coming in for Chub. They don't want to deal with him up top. And Nidalee as well, instantly banned.
That last, we unfortunately weren't able to see it, but we did have a Nidalee jungle in that last game. We were just havoc with that one. So not surprising that that's going to be taken away. Now Lissandra as well taken out. We've seen her picked and banned like probably about 80% of the day so far.
Yeah, most of the games have Lissandra coming in. Again, picked or banned. She's a very strong pick in the current meta. They just want to be able to lock up one person and blow them up. Lissandra, perfect for that.
Well, this kind of leads into maybe a Cassiopeia pick going up for Jackie or some roasted beef. So maybe there's going to be something AP coming up for them. We do see the J4 ban coming out from Team Diet.
It would be very interesting yet again, as we see on that last ban. It could be banned out, but it again because it had a very dominating performance on today. Clock's going to go down to Kassadin.
Kassadin is the last ban. Very interesting because it's usually Chub is the one that runs the Kassadin up top, and the instant Aurelia lock-in coming in on the side of On a Diet.
Have to see what Chub wants to do here. Picking. Where their priorities are as far as what characters they. That Cass is open, but it's a little bit more of a risk liability against an Aurelia who can get in, juke out the poisons, and then lay in very squishy by comparison. I have to see what decide to do counter her out. Looks like we might be picking up the Corki for team. Did see a mid Corki actually earlier today. Maybe of that one. Hovering over the Lux, but on still yet to lock anything. Surprise us at that Ashe lock in last game.
Finally picked up. It is Kate Hannah at the last second. And then there's still meta picks out there for. You can still have the Jace. You can still have the Nara going against Aurelia. So would that work out for them? We'll see. They won't want to show anything. They want to pick up some strong picks. And the Caitlyn Janna lane is devastating. All in all.
Absolutely. Time her shield with a headshot, and it's going to absolutely decimate.
And then chime that shield as well with a Piltover Peacemaker. tons of damage right there.
Oh.
Got a Heimerdinger hover into an Ahri. Again, Ahri with the recent buffs and changes in the 5.2 patch. We're missing the GFG, but now her charm has an AP ratio and the base damage that scales a lot nicer than her Orb of Deception does, and while Orb of Deception is in play, she does get a significant move speed boost, as well as a Vi hover, and there goes the lock-ins for their mid and jungle lane.
And as we can see, Corki being locked in immediately. We're at Corki again in the mid lane versus the Ahri, so this one could be very interesting. Haven't seen On a Diet thus far. Don't know really what they're capable of with taking all of us by surprise, I feel. Now, Saki-chan playing around with the pick, which the second one of the day hasn't really been popular. A lot of people have been going for that J4, which is out.
And again, a notice on a player change real quick. Saki-chan is coming in as the jungler, as their main, because they did have a sub earlier in the day. Deseret is their standard mid laner, and some roasted beef going right back up into the top lane.
And coming back together. While we do have the Graves coming kind of locked in, maybe perhaps Vi or really a combo coming up from on a diet. They have a lot of engagement. Pair that up with the charm. So much they can capitalize. They are down 1-0 right now. If this comp can work out with some the Graves possibly locked in into that'd be interesting.
Yeah, this is certainly a little development if this gets locked in.
That might be a support Ari. Maybe we'll see.
Nah.
I feel like it would be here just all farming from
A lot of
soldiers
poke,
to
yeah.
outpoke her.
Yeah, he does outranged. Nope.
Oh,
Switch to the
yeah.
Annie. All right, that's a little bit more in the meta rather than
Absolutely.
the outlandish Azir support. Although I kind of want to see someone do that. That would be pretty interesting.
But we'll have to see how Chub wants to go ahead and figure out their roster here.
Tryndamere install.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That took me by surprise.
Okay, left field. Here we are. But wow, I don't know what Chub is going for with their team comp. It's great AD.
Yeah, it's very much all over the place. Did see Risa before, I believe she was playing Jenna, and she picked up the Magi's Soul. That is going to help them get a bit more AP up, but that's rare. Like his Corki is also going to be a lot of AP damage. So it's not entirely ruined for them, but the thing is they have to make sure that some roasted beef snowballed with the Tryndamere that Saki-chan is as well. Because Saki's going to fall off very quickly mid to late. And if some roasted beef having an effective top lane, not going to be a good time for them. Well, on the side of On a Diet, they have an immense amount of CC. They have the blind from Graves. They have a massive AoE stun with the Tibbers. Vi has her lockdown on her unrelenting pursuit. The stun from Aurelia, the charm from Ari. They have a lot of tools here at their disposal. If used properly, could absolutely decimate the lives of Chub.
Also extremely mobile on the side of Ari, Aurelia, even Vi and Graves. Extremely mobile champions. Graves with his dash as well. Same thing could be said on the side of Chub as well. Everyone there has an escape. So depending on how these team fights play out, who goes in first, has a good engage or disengage, we could see some very intense team fights right now.
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. We are in the spectator delay. Got a few more minutes on that, so we're going to cut to a quick break, guys. When we come back, we will see if this is going to be conclusion or continuation of this series between On a Diet and Chub. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Achilles. Joining me is Bird and Fonz. We are on the Rift for what could be the last match in the series between On a Diet, who's on blue side, and Chub on red. We're here with a triple cast. This is going to be one hell of a game.
It looks like a 5-man stack bottom in the tri-bush, and it looks like they're going to be trying to catch out one of them. Stevie is standing on his stun right now, and let's see what happens. Nope, they get caught out by Caitlyn and disperse. Oh, they should have waited.
Good point defense coming out from Chub to make sure that they didn't get caught out or any sneaky plays. Remember, Chub is up 1-0 at the moment, so on a diet. They're trying to make some plays happen. Unfortunately, they're going to make it happen.
Leeson starting Krug, so they're not going to be able to take anything from that. It looks like just standard lanes coming out, Quirky coming in mid. No lane swaps whatsoever. So, very standard. Ari starting out Charm, trying to get like a little bit of poke onto Dasser.
Well, if that pays off, not having exception or damage is not able to land these charms seemingly. Calby now taking some poke from Dasser.
She popped the pot.
Yeah, popped the pot and started the recall, but it's a little bit too late. Minions are at lane. This could be a very late start if he decides to take this back.
Yeah, Ari's gonna be alright. She doesn't take the back, and that's good on her because she will be able to take CS and be able to start farming.
Happens. Tryndamere just giving Lisa a little bit of a hand at the start. Now going up top lane. As you can see, nice charm goes onto Dasser. Finally able to land that one, but he fires back with a frost bomb as well as some autos. Really just starting to rip through already. And top lane, these guys are on a all-out skirmish. Pots being used by both sides as well as the crystalline flask charges. Just really trading each other back below 50% HP. You can see bot lane some more aggression.
And he is sitting on her stun, so
yeah, she might try to get some. Evie might try to get some flashy plays, maybe a flash stun, something like that. If you can catch both members. Stuns I am recent, but not able to really follow up on that one. Albi in the mid lane, probably having the hardest time of all. But here comes the spin on by some roasted beef, but he's just out of Aurelia.
Yeah, he did get the early level 2, so it does warrant the aggression in the mirror. But Aurelia did have her Equilibrium Strike level 1. She was able to counter that with just a stun and able to walk away from that very easily.
This thing is going to be really important for Aurelia to try to keep up. That's why the Crystal Pass is on her right now. And she'll try to keep up the early game. Not the early game from Tryndamere. It might sway the late game, but the King is here, and he's going to always come out at.
Yeah, Calby taking down a lot of poke from Desiree right now because he's losing out a lot of CS early because he's already out of mana.
He burned through those 2 charms in the early, before the lane even really started, and it just drained him. Suffering. It's really interesting to see what he's going to decide to build because of that. Well, in the top lane, Roasted Beef and Swag really going at it. He spins through. He gets the first blood despite the flash. So that's first blood going over to Chub. A first blood Tryndamere is not at all what you want to see for your team.
No, that was. I personally would have thought that Aurelia would have won that. Aurelia was very close to winning that, actually.
Yeah, with her true damage and with her built-in sustain, you would think. But as she's got 2 cloth armors, but she is right back in with the TP, but not able to pursue. Burns the dash, doesn't kill the minion, or doesn't kill him rather, and it doesn't get the reset.
If she had held her flash before she died, very nice
charm onto Dasser, but Serious Sam comes in, but he's not able to find anything. Not really going to be able to have many effective ganks until that level 6 mark comes in.
Yep, unless he catches them very, very sneaky. He's not going to be able to do much.
Could be catching a snacky Chen sometime later, but yeah, Vi needs to get that level 6 like you said. He's been putting any pressure.
Dasser just taking tower shots like a boss. He doesn't even mind because Calby's not going to be able to charm him. He's out of mana.
Stops the back from Calby, which is more important. That can't find anything else. Becky Cham's floating around the mid lane, but he's not able to find anything as Calby has just been pushed under the turret this entire time. But he does actually find Serious Sam, goes forward, safeguard under the ward. Here comes a Valkyrie over the wall. Can they find a double flash? This is certainly going to be a kill. Becky Chan taking it away with the Sonic Wave.
Wow, very nice catch out on the side of Saki-chan and Dosarer, both burning Flash and Ignite on the side of Dosarer, trying to get that kill.
That could come back to bite them behind if Albie can make mid lane now that that Flash is down. He's going to have to be relying on the Valkyrie, which is a high mana cost spell, 5.1, but as you can see, Swag now duking it out with some roasted beef, and he's just going to go down yet again, not even able to work him below the 50% HP mark. This is just not looking good for the first pick Aurelia.
Not at all. It's the double Doran's Blade able to give Tryndamere that 6% lifesteal, the extra health, the longsword, the extra pots, and Aurelia just going straight tank right now. Not able to have any damage to come up versus that Tryndamere.
Sustaining himself in SD, still down 2. Devastating. Now he's got level 6 and he's going on Serious Sam underneath the turret, but he's going to go ahead off the spin out, not willing to play the risk, not being able to find that kill. But as we already traffic to the ranks on a diet.
Currently 0-3 right now. There's a 2k gold discrepancy at this early in the game. Coming out from Corki with 25 CS, 26 CS up on Ahri right now. And that comes from the early aggression that Ahri's now paying for.
But as we can see down in the bot lane, Leon Twill in a very bad spot as the Orb Deception does connect under the turret. That's going to be a kill for Calby, a much needed respite down here in the bot lane. But here comes Dosarer, and he makes something happen. He is back by high on Risa, gets a nice rocket in, but the Frostbomb not going to connect. Gets stunned up by Stevie, and now the damage there, turning this on its head here. Leon on his way back to the lane. General disengage.
That was a very nice tornado coming out from Jana, able to stop Graves from coming in to eat the combo. So he was able to stop a lot of that burst coming in onto Dosarer, because I think Dosarer might not have made it out in time without Jana coming in with support. Very nice play.
Jana had to burn out Flash for that one, and also we were talking about it before. Dosarer and Saki-chan had to waste out the Flash early, so he was really hesitant trying to get into that. And we'll see how Dosarer went on with that, but Calby picking up the kill was a much needed respite. I did not that way.
Yep. Now Corki's without mana in the mid lane, but Swag like Caillou's getting pushed out very hard by this Tryndamere with his crit item. He has the Avarice Blade, and he got a lucky crit.
Yeah, but now Calby caught in the mid lane. Looks like he's going to go down. Flashes before the Resonating Strike comes through, and that's going to be another kill going over to Saki-chan. Just really doing work here for his team this far on this league season.
Saki doing really well, and also some railing along and hard. Early game was supposed to be a little bit more in favor for On the Diet, but it's not well, especially for top and jungle.
Swag doing a decent job of. Yes, he's down by 7. The turret damage isn't too bad on his turret here, but as he can damage coming up from his spin, starting to rip right through him, and that's just going to be even worse as he has the Avarice Blade, and that's going to be turning very shortly if he maintains the same level from another kill. As we do have Vi, Serious Sam just rotating up to the top. Can he get there in time? But meanwhile, in the bot, actually, Leon 12 getting caught out by the Timbers, being taken extremely low. Collateral damage, not enough to find him, but some roasted beef also in a very bad spot. Ulti's coming across Morelia, but he's just too fast and unable to die.
Yeah, he just was able to pop his ghost and run away from Morelia. No kills on either bot or top lane's aggression. That is Vi's Assault and Battery completely down. Aurelia's Will of the Blades down, but she does still have Flash and teleport up.
And
Leeson's rotating bottom.
Yeah, he's coming in, he gets the safeguard forward, doesn't hit Sonic Wave, but a nice knock up on the Fantastic Deli, and the Dragon's Rage just gonna go ahead and finish him off for the rest of his HP. Saki-chan having great map presence now, 3-0, as Chub turns their eyes onto this dragon.
First dragon probably going to go over to them. Vi is not even in the area for this one. Saki-chan is fortunately Sabu replaced him. Saki-chan doing a great job. So picking up the dragon and a little bit behind him. See. doing enough for the.
Now the top turret where it was standing strong, now down below 50% HP. Just a really havoc up there. But the Calby in lane gets a nice charm, dodges the Valkyrie out, and he's just trying to juke around, gets an Orb Reception, coming back through for the true damage from Dasare. He doesn't have mana, but it looks like one auto attack's going to finish out, and Calby picks up a solo kill in the mid lane. Now 2-1-0, doing much better, but meanwhile in top lane, Swagleg in a very bad spot, forced to flash away back underneath of his turret. Tryndamere is going a little too hard for him to keep up with. The ultimate's almost back up. He's almost certainly going to dive if Swagleg is still in the vicinity. Going to have to be like very carefully. Does not have the TP, so it backs. They lose tower. Now Serious Sam will be safe, but he gets a nice stun under the turret. Turret's not on Roasted Beef. He's going to try to clear out these minions as best as he can. The Roasted Beef is just going to go ahead, stick to this tower, and maybe even try to chase down Swagleg. To opt for the tower instead. Doesn't know where Vi is.
Going back really quickly to Calby's kill on Dasare. Dasare flashed and had a Mega Rocket, the big one. He had one ready, and it looked like he misclicked it because he flashed up when Calby was to his left and proceeded to ult right after the flash to his left.
Yep, now Swagleg getting chased on by some Roasted Beef. Nice stun. Gonna go ahead. Play for the time beat. Hitting around 50%. So, have to be very careful. Here comes Serious Sam in mid lane. Not gonna opt to chase Dasare. He will go ahead and out of this one. As we can see, even though Calby was able to pick up those kills, including that solo kill, he's still suffering as far as CS goes down. Almost 40 CS, which is very significant for just the 12.5-minute mark in the game. So while his play is going quite well in his tools, not looking so good as far as his metagame farming.
So we'll see how Calby actually keep up. He just needs to do some more roaming, probably get a few more kills if he can to catch up. But yeah, CS is going to be a big detriment. It's only helpful that Saki actually took the jungler, the Lee Sin jungler, actually took the kills so that Quirky wouldn't go so much far ahead. Well, we'll see how this will happen top lane, but Calby gonna
now
get
Saki-chan just gonna go ahead, Dragon's Rage on the Calby, who pops his ultimate, does not hit the charm, but here comes Serious Sam, who gets the ultimate off on the Saki-chan. Is he trying to get him? He gets the smite out, but it's not gonna be enough. Now Dasare, Valkyrie's forward, gets himself another kill, and now Serious Sam trying to juggle around and get this kill. Tryndamere's coming down as well. He's gonna be forced to back off, or maybe he's just gonna get dove on. Nice flash over the wall, will save his life. Risa now joining the rest of her team in the mid lane. They might just go ahead and be able to push in for this turret. Swagleg, only one floating around the mid lane, not going to be able to hold this by himself. He's burning his ultimate, try to clear the wave, but it's just not going to happen. As we see some Roasted Beef just going to start ripping right through, spins in, not going to be able to find him though. That's going to be the disengage with pickup.
That was a great rotation coming in by some Roasted Beef. He was able to push in top lane and immediately move to mid, stop Vi's aggression, forced to flash out, and then pick up a tower with a 4-man push mid. Great job on the side of Chub.
Absolutely. 5.4k gold disparity between 4 kills and now 2 turrets, making up the majority of that gold deficit. But on a diet, they haven't really been in a great position to get in and put damage in on turrets. Aurelia's been at a disadvantage, Calby's been at a disadvantage this entire time, and Fantastic Deli
Close.
and Stevie, they haven't really get in there too much. They're at least almost breaking even. But now as we see, Calby does find Caitlyn down the bottom lane, gets the charm off, but takes it ace in the hole, take him out of the fight very, very low. Kipper stun comes on to Dasare though, and now Risa forced to flash over the wall. Serious Sam taking serious damage. Leon Twill will pick up that kill, and now Leon's got the red buff. He's going to be able to kite on back. Disengage coming up from Fantastic Deli, but here comes a teleport down from Tryndamere. He gets a slow onto both of them. The static shift is complete, and he is just wreaking havoc right through Fantastic Deli, and Stevie is almost certainly going to fall as well. There it is, Dasare picking up that kill on the Stevie. Now they're going to be able to push in.
That was an easy teleport coming in for some Roasted Beef for the cleanup. Great disengage on the side of Chub. Great focus. They were, even though Caitlyn was caught out, She was able to immediately get out of that fight, ult Ari, get her down. Ari almost got taken out by a rocket from Corki, and they're just gonna come in and force their way into these turrets, and now they're rotating mid. They're pinging Ari right now, so they're definitely gonna try to take her out.
Yeah. Does not have a turret to back to. Here comes Tryndamere, and she has nowhere to run either because Saki-chan is coming down from above her. The ultimate is not up just yet, but it looks like she might be safe. Serious Sam gets onto Dosser, who is almost out of mana. He does have the flash, however, he gets to safety. Stevie now waiting on that stun, but Serious Sam will finish him off. Now some roasted beef gets caught out, but he's just burning through Serious Sam. He takes him down, and now he's in the thick of it, and he is just not dying. Finally, ultimate comes down, however, that's going to be shut down. Going over for Swagleg, who's now turning face onto Hayam Risa, who gets taken down. Calby claiming that kill with the Orb of Deception. Now Saki-chan waiting on the side, his Dragon's Rage, able to kill 2 members currently of On a Diet, but throws up the Sonic Wave's not going to be able to connect. Some nice pickups for On a Diet, bring them back in.
It was really nice to pick up early Doctor, and they had to pick up some kills. Really important that Tryndamere had to be over. But the biggest thing was Saki trying to go for the rotate. Kind of out in the open, he was a little bit lost, and in time came this 3v4, and unfortunately, for team On the Diet, it gets something. Get the dragon, unfortunately.
And now as we almost all of Chub is floating their way on down to this dragon pit. I'm gonna try to pick this one up. Had Serious Sam floating around, but whether or not he'll be able to steal away can be seen. He does not get it. Red team does pick up the dragon. Stevie now in with the tippers, but he's not going to be able to do anything. He's burned down immediately. That's a double kill going over for some roasted beef. He's now 6-1-1 on this Tryndamere, becoming even more of a force than he already was. Now Calby being taken down. Dosser will find that one. The Gatling gun and the auto attacks just absolutely decimating him. They're just going to keep forcing their way through to this mid-tier turret as the wave joins.
Calby got caught out in that mid lane for some farm, and it cost them.
Oh, Saki-chan going deep, but he's going to pay for it, it looks like. Gets the kick onto Swagleg, but he might be able to walk out of this one. The Boss Bomb does connect. Dosser comes over the wall, but he might be stuck as Serious Sam turns face onto him. He does go down, and now Fantastic Deli with a flash forward, but he just gets popped immediately by Leon Twill, who fires back with a quick auto attack. That's going to bring him to 2-1-4 as Hayam Risa and mid lane, but meanwhile in the bot lane.
Beef, taking bot lane for free. Everyone is just so focused on killing that bot lane, and there goes Calby.
Really aggressive
very nice
play.
Charm.
Yeah, he lands the charm and comes in with the ulti. This is going to be some roasted beef going down, but he's going to take Serious Sam down with him. As I guess, as you could say, this is the buff transfer complete. As Calby gets the shutdown and claims the blue back from her own body.
Oh.
You can see it in Stevie's eyes. He did not want to join into that. And unfortunately for Serious Sam, he wanted to engage it, and he got the engage. So, Tryndamere, King, he's there, and he's gonna keep on pushing for it. So on a diet, they're gonna have to try to stop the split push, but they're also have to stop this team, especially with Corgi and Caitlyn trying to catch up.
That was a questionable play beforehand on Graves' end. He had sub 500 HP, flash dashed right in front of Leon Twill's face, and wasn't expecting to get shot. I was a little confused there. They were trying to re-engage, but it just wasn't working.
Speaking of re-engaging, Dosser going hard on Calby right now, trying to get him, almost takes him out, but now Dosser getting locked up himself. The stun comes in from Annie, and Serious Sam will be able to take that kill. Now, Leon Twill, Ace in the hole, will find out Grave. It's Fantastic Deli, and now they are just retreating back underneath their mid inhibitor turret. Now Leon Twill gets locked down. Serious Sam comes over the wall, finds himself a kill. Saki-chan and Hayam Risa are going to be forced to disengage with the Janna ultimate. Going to go ahead and back out of this one. Share out some words while they're at it.
That was a great Annie ultimate right there, picking up 3 stuns and able to survive. They were able to put some good damage on, force them out of the fight.
That's just a little bit of almost cocky play from Dawson there, like finding himself in the face. Several members on a diet, goes down. But speaking of going down, Swagleg now getting caught out by Saki-chan and Roasted Beef. Charm goes across from Ari, but Calby not really able to do much. The ultimate is there for Tryndamere. He might find himself a double kill. Here it's going to be one more hit. There is the double kill. Go ahead and live for another day.
Oh, that cupcake that cut in Albie at the end, that really hurt. Trinimir picking up the kill though. Double kill, triple kill, it can be anything. 9-2-1, some versus started.
Yeah, see, he is so far ahead, he doesn't even care to kill Pink Ward. Go ahead, waltz right over it, goes for the CS in the top lane. I'm sure we're going to be seeing him shoving that up, and that's probably going to be the next target for the whole of Chub as a team.
There he is, he took it. There he is. Yay. But like last game, we see an almost perfect turret game again. There are barely any damage on the side of Chub's turrets, and now they're taking a Baron completely for free. It's blind, but Annie's going over there to ward. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, this is potentially really dangerous for both sides. They get the kill. Two of them are actually very low. Here comes the ace in the hole. Serious Sam now below 50% HP. Also, are forced to go ahead and get out because he's been taking extremely low collateral damage comes across. And now that's 2 kills picked up for On a Diet. Both Calby and Fantastic Deli claiming one for themselves. And now they might finally be able to turn this around and get their first turret of the game as their eyes are set on mid, which is already a harmed turret. You can see the siege is continuing. They're just trying to clear out as much as they can. Fantastic Deli, 1 shot away from dead. Here comes Leon. He's trying to play forward. The Gen ultimate comes across, sustaining him just a little bit as well as the heal. I think they're going to go ahead and have to back off of this one. All members now extremely low, except Hyam Risa. Like finding himself done.
Wait, didn't Annie have that? Didn't Annie Tibbers that last fight?
So she's
Oh no! A nice heal from Fantastic Deli will save his life. Now Leon may be paying for it as Serious Sam tries to get in here for the kill. He will find it. TP comes in from Swag-like. Serious Sam still on high on Risa. He's trying to get the kill. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dasare does find Annie, and now looks like he's going to find Serious Sam. No, Saki-chan actually, with the Sonic Wave over the wall, will claim that kill. But wow, what an exchange now. Swag-like sitting in place for a little while. Comes in with a resonating strike from Saki-chan. He gets stunned out, however. But all eyes are back on this mid inhibitor turret. Have the forces to push in here. And meanwhile, Roasted Beef is shoving out the bot lane. Ready to go for that exposed inhibitor.
Some Roasted Beef does have teleport up on the side, so he can teleport whenever he needs to when his team needs him. But, yeah, looking at the farm difference right now, 60 CS up top lane. Now, Neeson is up 20, Corki up 30. Kate and Graves are actually fairly close, and I attribute that to how well Graves was able to stay farmed in the game, in the early game, as well as farming up now. And Drag's back up, and they're looking to fight.
Yeah, the dragon is already being burned down. That's going to be dragon stacks now. That 5% move going out, which is going to be devastating for somebody like Beef, who already has so much mobility and is all over the map. He's still hanging on to that teleport, and he just got his ghost back up, gets charmed out by Calby, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to do much, and he is just getting ripped through by these auto attacks. Not going to be able to save Calby's life. Now his ultimate is up, and he is just looking to rip through the ranks of On a Diet. Swag-like going down. That's a double kill. Is this going to be a triple kill? The ultimate's over. No, Fantastic Deli fires back, gets himself a kill, and stops the onslaught, but it tipped 4 members.
Almost all
five members.
All 5 members to take out some Roasted Beef.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Leon Twill in the top lane, taking that tier 2 turret.
Amazing that how much pressure Trinimir is doing in 4v1 all the time. It's not happening. Stevie!
Wow!
Bye,
The
Stevie.
90 caliber net with the built-over Peacemaker directly into the ace in the hole will finish off Stevie and secure them that inhibitor turret. Now, Serious Sam trying to go in here all by himself. Fantastic Deli's not quite there. Leon Twill is just firing back. He will find himself a kill. But here comes Fantastic Deli's buckshot. Not going to be enough to finish him off. Oh my god, the smoke bomb not quite going to be able to do enough.
There
but
goes Calby.
Yeah, the W coming out from Calby will finally connect and give himself a kill. But here comes Dasare and Hyam Risa from the side. Fantastic Deli going to go down. Saki-chan picking himself up a kill. Now Dasare being taken very low. Swag-like will find that one for himself. But Roasted Beef has rejoined the fray, and Calby goes down. And now this is going to be Swag-like dying as well. Nice flash over the wall. Might be able to save him. Here comes the spin from Roasted Beef, though, and the pursuit is on. I don't see Swag-like able to get out of this one. Gonna try to ward and dash. Yes, he is, but there's still a Sonic Wave and a spin coming in, and he will fall to the Dragon's Rage from Saki-chan.
Nice run on the side of Swag-like, but it's not enough. Not enough flashes or dashes for Aurelia.
The hunt was on, and Zaki and both Premier like, nope, we are gonna kill you no matter what. And yeah, we saw Swag like try to do his best.
He was able to pull them off of the inhib though, so they chased so hard they weren't able to push or take anything after that, even though half of On a Diet's team was pretty much dead and on cooldown.
Yeah,
So I think that was a good trade. He was able to save his base further for now.
yeah, he was certainly going to die either way, so. But it's going to do with it. That's going to determine the rest of it. 2 inhibitors now exposed. 1 non-Nexus turret now standing. Or on a diet. I'm not taking turret away from Chub. One side is getting ready to return to the mid lane, and now Sun Roasted Beef is just pushing up the bot. Doesn't have the Ghost or TP. Does have his ultimate to rely on. They try to collapse onto him. Might just allow the rest of his mid or the top inhibitor.
Yep. Or he might just 1v5. You never know.
Yeah.
We might see a pentakill.
We are getting to that point. Blade of the Rune, Static Shiv, Last Whisper with a BF sword, and the Berserker Greaves.
About to turn it into an Infinity Edge.
Yeah, he is not too far off for that one. Roasted Beef is having a fantastic showing. 12-4-2 so far on this Tryndamere.
And not to no credit, but Leafton as well, 6-1-11.
Yeah.
Great job coming in from Saki Chat.
Had great map presence the entire time, really. For him. Some of the zone just, almost solo. But as we can see, this bottom inhibitor is just going to be given up for free. Roasted Beef just burning right through it. But now they try to turn the fight onto them. Calby goes in. The charm does not hit. The Sonic Wave does, however. Does he want to follow it through? Looks like he does, but he can't get in range. Now Roasted Beef going in. He's taken extremely low, but here comes the ultimate. Can he rip through the members? He is just doing damage, but here comes the buckshot from Fantastic Deli. Collateral damage comes out onto Leon, who gets stunned out, and he will be found by Swag-like. And that is going to be a 2-0 so far. And as you can see, Stevie being taken very low, that auto attack plus the Sheen proc from the Trinity Force will finish him off.
That now becomes a 2
That
for 1
for
plus
one.
2 inhibs.
Yeah.
2 inhibs completely down for On a Diet now.
Yeah, Swag tries to get in on Saki, but he does have that safeguard up as well as some wards and minions to go to. Dash is the minion looks like he will be safe. We have High on Risa and Asarev just doing the onslaught in the little bit by that turret. Fantastic Deli coming up from the side, forced the Valkyrie away. Does plenty of mana. Frost Bomb doing some decent damage to Serious Sam, but looks like we have General Disengage coming out. Maybe not. Fantastic Deli comes in. He jukes with a flash, but Fantastic Deli will go down. Dosseret picking up that kill. Serious Sam finishes off Dosseret. However, now Saki Chen and Serious Sam are duking it out one-on-one. Now Swag-like is joining the fray. He has the dash in. That's going to be shutdown gold going over. Nice pickup. Saki dies for just the second time in this game, and now Steve thought he was going for a catch, but not able to find it.
No vision, no war, can't get. Good job by Fantastic Deli getting something from that 2v1. Getting a lot of interesting play coming up from both teams. More like they want to fight, and fight all the time. Yet the fighting is going to continue. They're not going to be taking away by Roasted Beef. No, can't do it.
Yeah,
Not enough life steal.
Yeah, not quite there yet. The Blade of the Rune King doesn't offer
He needs
enough.
that Bloodthirster.
Yeah,
And then he needs to sell boots and get another Infinity Edge.
for a Zephyr.
Or Zephyr.
That would be actually the Zephyr pickup on him if he can get to full build before the end of this game. So far, it looks like it might not be able to happen. But what happens?
Stevie
Stevie
holding off to the side. He's looking at Tryndamere, but he doesn't want any of it. Stevie looks like he's gonna get, like he would get 3-shot at this point.
Oh, absolutely. If not 2-shot combined with that static shiv, plus the Blade of the Ruin King, at this point, Roast Beef for near true damage onto somebody like Annie.
That's 4th dragon again for Chub.
Yeah.
Leon Twill able to solo dragon easily at this point. And it looks like they're clearing wards for Vision. They're getting ready to push.
As you can see now, we have Saki-chan and Dasarer on the Baron, almost a half HP. There is little to no vision. For the side of On a Diet, Steve just spot him out, but here comes Roast Beef in the thick of their team members. Now Serious Sam and Swag-like being taken very low. Looks like Serious Sam might be the first to fall. Meanwhile, Calby back by the Baron pit trying to get some picks, but it's not going to happen. Now Swag-like being taken down Neon Tool will find that some roasted beef, finding Annie at the same time. Stevie falls. It's a 3-for-0 so far, and Baron is still up. They might be able to just push in for the win. They have 2 lanes coming in with Super Creeps. That bot lane's about to be on the Nexus turrets. And now Fantastic Deli just alone in his defense. And Roasted Beef just forcing his way in and regenning off of these creeps. That's going to be the 3rd inhibitor falling, and it looks like this may be the end of the game as they come in here. Just Serious Sam and Fantastic Deli for the next 7 seconds trying to hold this off. The Nexus turrets are just being absolutely devastated by Roasted Beef, and as we can see, they get onto Dasra, but they're not going to be able to find a kill. Nice shield comes out from high on Risa. PB trying to get some stacks up to get his stun, but it's not going to happen. Fantastic Deli being taken extremely low in just a matter of auto attacks. The Nexus is now excruciatingly low. Flagleg flashes in, tries to do some damage and get some stuns out to stop this onslaught, but it's not going to happen. Caitlyn finds himself a double kill by kiting back. Dasra dies in the end, but so does the Nexus.
Yep. I, for one, think that they should have left the Baron alone. It was a 4v5. They got split. They got taken out individually. They might have been able to win a team fight if they kept on kiting Corki and Tryndamere like they were doing. They were getting kills on the Tryndamere, although it did take 3 or 4 of them. They took him out. They were able to focus their attention onto Kate and Corki. Like, looking at how the scores came out, Corki barely came out